Horse Program is weekly update. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Horse Programming Weekly Update. This is week 16th of me becoming a software developer. 4 months already, and this week I have been having a cold, and that makes you a little bit slower in the head. And I almost thought that I shouldn't make this video because I'm a bit tired. But I'm also trying to be consistent with these videos, so I decided to do something at least. So in school we are learning about Entity Framework, and I'm going to build a WPF app that's connected to a database, the same database I showed you in last week's video. But I haven't really gotten anywhere with that project yet. So what I instead did this week, which was very fun, is the Advent of Code thing, which just is a lot of fun, I think. So thank you to the guy who makes these small puzzles. And I've definitely been doing these instead of schoolwork, which is maybe fine. I don't know. I hope I will be finishing my assignment. But so I thought I'll show you two of the ones I did so far, my solutions. So yeah. Maybe some of you have done these yourselves as well. So, but I thought I'll explain them anyhow, what you're supposed to do, and then show you how I solve them. So the first puzzle of December 1st puzzle was we got a lot of numbers here. With which I separated by a plus sign, and so all the numbers in the left lane here will be one list, and all the numbers in the right lane will be another list. And the assignment was to sum up the difference between the first value and the second value, and so on, through all this list. And these were 1,000 numbers, 2,000 numbers. I just pasted this into Visual Studio, and I selected them all, and I concatenated them with plus signs, and I also made a plus sign here in the middle to separate them. I think this was space before, so whatever. So the first thing I did was to try and separate this into two different lists. So first of all, I separated this string wherever there was a comma and wherever there was a plus sign. So this would take out all the different numbers into an array here. And then I made two lists, list 1 and list 2 of ints. And I just made a for loop for this string array that I made. And I said if like all the even numbers should be added to list 1 and all the uneven numbers should be added to list 2. Oh yes, and this was part of the assignment as well. So we had to sort these lists in a descending order. So we just use the sort method in C#. So the lowest number in each list, we compare them, and so on. So all of these assignments are 2 parts. So the first part of this one was the one I explained to you. So basically we make a sum integer here, set it to 0, and we loop through 1,000. We loop 1,000 times because that's how many rows in the lists we have. And then we just take the math.abs and we subtract these two. The first number, like so, when into 0, we will subtract the lowest number in list 2 with the lowest number in list 1. And we'll take the absolute of this, and this will tell us how much of a difference it is, and we add this to the sum. And then we write the sum, so we can see what answer we get. And for the second part, what we needed to do was to check for each number, let's say in list 1 here, we needed to see how many times that number occurs in the second list. And then we needed to multiply that, I think, and add it to a sum. So what we did here, we put the sum to 0 again, and we made a integer called same numbers found, and put it to give it the value 0 as well. And this time I used the list1.count instead of 1,000 times, because that's better. And each time we loop through this, for each we'll set the same numbers found to 0. So we will restart this every time. And then we make another for loop for all the numbers in the second list. And we just compare the current number in the list 1 with all of the numbers in list 2. And if they are the same, we add up, we increment the same numbers found, and then we add to the sum, list 1 times how many times it occurs in the second list. And then we write the sum. So that was pretty straightforward, I think. And we got our values here, and these were correct. So that was good. I think I will show you the second. I got a lot of stuff here going on. So this one was a little bit more tricky. And instead of putting all the input into the project here, we just read it from a file instead. So I put the input into a file. And let's start off. I will explain this assignment as well. So what we have here, this is the input that we get from the assignment. Can I make this larger? No. But these are, each row here is a set of numbers. And the first part of the assignment was to see if we have to check if each row here is correct according to some rules. So the rules were that they either have to all be ascending or either all have to be descending. And the next rule was that they cannot have more than 3 of a difference in value. So this one, for example, 1991, 93, 96 looks good so far, but then it starts descending, so this one is incorrect. This one has a double number, so this one is incorrect because it doesn't ascend or descend in the end here. And this one, for example, increments by 5, so this is a too large value. So we had to figure out how to go through these sequences of numbers and figure out if they were fine according to the rules or not. So I started off by tidying up this input that we get. I started by removing all the \r characters from the input. Put it into a removed r's string. Removed r's. The letter R, of course. And then we put it into a which we call a list of reports here, but it will be a string array. So we split on all the new lines that we have here. So each row will become a string in this string array. And then I turn them into a list of lists of ints called inted reports. So for each report here in the list of reports, which is an array of reports, I create a new int list, and I split all the values from the report by the space character. So this will give us all the individual numbers. And then I loop through these numbers, and I add the number and parse it to a int to this list. And after I've done that, I add this inted report into the list of inted reports. All right, so we can just look at this now. What have we? No, we can't do that. We'll go over here. And so we have 1,000. Here we go. 1,000 rows here of lists of ints. So the first part here, we have to check these rules. So for every report in inted reports, I make a isSafe bool and set it to true. So this is if the report is corresponding to the rules. And then I also made an isAscending bool or isDescending bool, which I would set to true if the first two numbers are ascending. They will be true here. It's ascending. And I loop through the report here, and I start at 1, which I don't know why I did this, but why not? I guess it works. So if it's the first iteration of the loop, we should check if it's should be ascending or descending. And we also look at if the difference between these numbers, like in this case, this is the if the second number in the report is larger than the first number in the report, it should be an ascending report. And also if the difference here is less than 4, which means it's yeah, it shouldn't be more than 3, the difference. That was one of the rules. But this also says that these numbers can't be the same. So we also take away doubles here. So if this isn't true, we will say that the report isn't safe, and we will break this loop. And if the report is safe, we will increment the safe reports. That's basically it. And for the second part of this assignment, we also had to see if we remove only one number from a report, can we make it safe? And if we can, we should add these to the number of safe reports as well. So when I started doing this assignment, I did some unnecessary things. I started to first to try to find out by looking through each report if there isn't a possibility to make them safe. So this would happen if there's more than one double digit, or if it's more than one order disturbing value. So if there is two numbers that make the descending rule not work, we should single these out. But this was completely unnecessary, so we don't look at those methods here, but they just checked those conditions. So basically, this is I did the same thing as in exercise 1 in the assignment 1 here, but I just turned this into methods instead. I made a get should ascend method, which would look at the report and sum up all the ascending pairs and all of the descending pairs, and if the sum of ascending pairs is more than the sum of descending pairs, this report should be an ascending report. So I had to do this because it doesn't necessarily show if the report should be ascending or descending by just looking at the first two numbers. So I get this boolean and I put it into the check report is safe method, which just loops through the report in the same thing in the same manner as before. I just put it into a small little method here instead, that the report returns the bool. So if it's ascending value here, if the report the first number is smaller than the next number, and it's not more than 3 difference between those numbers, we return true. Otherwise, we return false. So this will take out all the safe reports from assignment 1. Yes, it will. And if this doesn't work, we have to try and find out if we can make them work by taking away one number. So I made a method that gets the index of the value that's not working. That makes the report not work. And it basically does the same thing as the other method, but it also returns the index of where things go wrong. And we save this value, and then we made a method called check report is safe with problem dampener, which is what the it's what it was called in the advent of code, the thing that takes away one number. So this one basically is the same as the Shrek reports is safe method, but it also takes an index as a parameter. We make a copy of the report, and we make a copy of the report, and then we just remove the index that isn't working with us. And then I just copied the check report is safe method. I could just, I could have put in that in there. I don't know. This is a bit redundant code, I'm sure, but it worked. But if this doesn't work, if with taking away this number, we also try to do the same thing, but lowering the index by 1. So in the case where the first number in the sequence is the one that's giving us problems, we have to do it like this. Yep. And that's that. And we got some values that were correct. I thought this would be a short video, but my solutions are long, I guess. And that's that. We'll see what we do next week. I have made some other solutions here as well. Maybe we'll look at those, or maybe I have some WPF app things to show you. We'll see. Anyways, thanks for watching, and have a good weekend. And take care out there. Bye bye.